Flexibility is the ability to move your muscles and joints through their full range of motion. How flexible you are depends on a number of factors. Some you can change, such as frequency and intensity of stretching, choosing the right exercises and executing them correctly, increasing strength with flexibility and overall conditioning. Some you cannot change, like genetics, body structure, and a serious injury or disability, age, and gender. The good news is that you can make a substantial gains in flexibility through a regular stretching program. The best way to be flexible is to stay active every day and stretch target muscles on a daily basis, because inactivity of the muscles causes a steady loss in flexibility. So stretching is not something you can do for 6 months and then forget about. It needs to be done at everyday workout for as long as you pursue your targeted physical activity, and ideally for the rest of your life. Thanks to something called the stretch shortening cycle, your body has the ability to briefly store and utilize the tension created by a rapid muscle stretch. The stretch shortening cycle is just like an elastic band. When you stretch the elastic, it becomes tense and ready to snap back with force when released. The more pliable the elastic and the farther you can stretch it, the more force it will generate when released. In your muscles, the process is a little bit more complex, though the principles are the same. When a muscle lengthens rapidly, it stores a reserve of a potential kinetic energy, which can then be delivered much more effectively and with less expenditure of effort. So, your increased flexibility will definitely contribute to the speed and power of your targeted activities. All flexibility is not created equal. There are generally 3 types of flexibility. The first one is static flexibility that does not involve movement. It is simply a measure of the range of motion about a joint. The second type is functional flexibility, which is the ability of a joint to move through a range of motion during the performance of a movement at normal speed. The third type is called active flexibility, which is the range of motion achieved without outside assistance. Active flexibility can be either static or dynamic. In summary, your primary measure of flexibility should be functional flexibility, that is, how well you can perform your target movement. And for the maximum result, flexibility training should ideally be done after the strength and cardio portions of a training, when the muscles are at their warmest. There are 4 functional motions that the body makes: linear, circular, twisting, and shaking. All of them are used for stretching your muscles. For optimal result, you should pay attention to your posture, body mechanics, and your movement. There are 5 basic components to a good stretching workout. The first is alignment. Your body is designed to work in very specific ways. When stretching, following your body's ideal natural motion is essential. Proper alignment ensures that you are hitting the target muscles and truly improving your flexibility. The second is moderation. Stretching should never be painful. During each stretch, you should feel a pulling sensation in the target muscles. You should not feel pain in other muscles or in your joint. The third is control. Control your posture at all times. A controlled stretch is much more likely to stretch the target muscle effectively. Before you begin a stretch, have an idea of what your limits are for that exercise. By knowing how far you can safely push yourself, you can lessen the risk of injury. The fourth one is to go with the flow. Go with the flow. Your muscles prefer flowing movements to jerky or sudden movements. When stretching, fluid movements encourage and allow your muscles to reach their maximum potential. If you feel like you can move deeper into a stretch, complete the repetition and perform another one, going deeper in one controlled movement. The last one is your breathing. Deep breathing during stretching has many benefits. It provides you with a rhythm for your stretches. It supplies much needed oxygen to your muscles. It expels waste products from your body. Most importantly, it enhances your level of relaxation, both during exercise and afterward. In general, breathe in prior to a stretch and breathe out as you move into the stretch. Once you have achieved the maximum stretch, breathe freely. Never hold your breath during a stretch.